Hi everybody, welcome to my latest YouTube video. I hope you're doing well out there in Beatles land and YouTube land and the VC and the record collecting community as well. Like the new t-shirt with the Beatles. Don't know if you can actually quite see it. Not bad, is it? Today, for this little video, I will apologise before I start because it might go on for a bit longer than what I think it is. It's a little bit of a follow-up to yesterday's video because we did do a little bit about John Lennon's birthday, and I did show you the 50th reissue or 50th anniversary pressing of Imagine, which was the 2 LP set on white vinyl. And apparently I found out, because I watched a video this morning by my old mate Beatley Tone, on Beatley Tone's Beatles channel, that when this LP came out last year, it was actually limited to 30,000 copies. So I think I was actually quite lucky to get one of them. Bear in mind that was brand new when I got it last week. But that's going off the topic slightly. We are going to be looking at 6 John Lennon albums today. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think these came out in the late 70s, early 80s. They are bootlegs or semi-official. They're not licensed by Apple or EMI or the state of John Lennon. So where they've got the sources from, I'm not 100% sure. In the UK, these are quite rare. It was part of a series. So I've got volumes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, but I think it went up to volumes 30 or something like that. So I've got the first 6 volumes. And the beauty with these is, it's called the Lost Lennon Tapes. But they are albums and not tapes, they're actually tapes. And you get really, really nice artwork with them. And it is alternative versions, demos, live versions, run-throughs, home demos, sessions and things like that. But it's not just John Lennon, it's his entire career with the Beatles as well, and they're all mixed up. So this is volume 1, which has a lovely photo or cover of John from How I Won the War, which was the first time he started wearing his famous granny glasses, wasn't it? So the actual LPs are, the covers and everything are okay. So on this you get, what do you get? You get 19 songs on this. I think I'm going to have to put my glasses on. So just bear with us one minute, folks. I don't like wearing my glasses because I think it makes me look old. But so I'm going to read you what's on it. So side 1 has a running time of 19 minutes 54 seconds. Starts off with Strawberry Fields Forever. That goes on for 3 minutes and 3 seconds. The Happy Rishikesh song, which is roughly demo if I remember rightly. That's 1 minute 52 seconds. Rock Island Line, which I think John and Yoko did in a hotel room in America, if I remember rightly, in 1971. But I'm probably wrong on that. That's 2 minutes 31. Then you've got John Henry. That's 1 minute 38 seconds. Then you've got Surprise, Surprise, Sweet Bird of Paradox. That is a very short, like, home recording, if I remember rightly. That goes on for 1 minute 21 seconds. Then you've got Keep Right On to the End of the Road. I think that's basically a lo-fi recording, if I remember rightly. That only goes on for 40 seconds. You've got Goodnight Vienna, which is John's demo for Ringo, for his Goodnight Vienna LP. That goes on for 2 minutes 25 seconds. Then you've got Tennessee. That's takes 1 and takes 4. That goes on for 1 minute 56 seconds. Then you've got God Save Oz, which is John Lennon's demo, which was then given to the what was it, the Plastic Oz band or something, wasn't it? Which was Billy Elliot, who was part of Splinter, if I remember rightly. And that was actually recorded at the same time as the Imagine sessions, if I've got that right. Then you've got A Little Help from My Friends, which I think is John and Sean. It's basically Sean singing I Get By With A Little Help from My Friends. Only like a snippet. So that is side 1. Side 2, you get Power to the People. Here We Go Again. Oh, sorry, Power to the People is 2 minutes 28 seconds. Here We Go Again is 1 minute 22 seconds. That is a demo. Mucho Mungo, 2 minutes 11. God, 1 minute 25, which is just a demo. Life Begins at 40, which is one of the songs John had written for Double Fantasy, although I don't think it actually made it onto that, did it? Woman, 3 minutes and 6 seconds. Girls and Boys, that goes on for 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Clean Up Time, 3 minutes and 8 seconds. And Beautiful Boy, which is 2 minutes 46 seconds. And it's on Bag Records, and it's 5073. So that is the track listing. And like I say, the sound quality on this goes from very, very good, like proper studio recordings, to basic home demos. The only thing is it doesn't actually tell you what they are on some of these, so you don't know if they're the demos or alternative takes. And the labels are always quite interesting on these. So on the outside one, it says Musketeer Weed presents The Lost Tapes. And then on the second side, I think it's just a picture of a feather. But they are quite nice, weighty records. You know, they are a decent weight, not like flimsy records. For saying that they are bootlegs. I think this series was actually more aimed for the American market, to be honest. I think that's where these were made, was actually in America. Well, I know it says jacket printed in Canada. Just noticed that. That's a nice, like, alternative take of John at his piano at Ascot, or Tiddenhurst Park as we call it. So yeah, like I say, the sound quality is okay. I've had these for a number of years. To be honest, I don't play them that often anymore. Don't know why. So that was volume 1. Now we've got volume 2. This time it's a photo of John from roughly 1968, sort of like the White Album sessions. Again, it just say jacket printed in Canada. 1980 Bag Records, this says. And this is 5074. So on here you get side 1 lasts 20 minutes, side 2 lasts 22 minutes and 18, and you get 14 songs on this. Side 1 kicks off with Revolution, the Beatles song, which I think is like a rough mix if I remember rightly. Then you've got Child of Nature, which is actually a very, very early recording of the song that later came on, later was released as Jealous Guy with completely different words, but the music is very, very similar. He Said, which is a rough demo version of She Said, that goes on for 1 minute and 7 seconds. I'm the Greatest is an early demo for Ringo, that goes on for 1 minute 21 seconds. Make Love Not War, mind games, isn't it? I think is 3 minutes and 13 seconds. How Do You Sleep is a version here that lasts for 8 minutes and 7 seconds. And then you've got Daddy's Little Sunshine Boy, which I think is John just saying something to Sean, if I remember rightly, and that goes on for 28 seconds. So side 1 is 21 minutes, side 2 is 22 minutes and 18 seconds. So side 2 kicks off with another version of I'm the Greatest. This time it is done in the studio, and it's John doing the vocals. It's a cracking song. Then you've got Look of the Irish, or The Look of the Irish. Again, I think that is a complete recording. I think it's an alternative take, and that goes on for 3 minutes and 11 seconds, which is, to me, that is one of the highlights of the Sometime in New York City album, that song. Not necessarily the version that's on here. Then you've got Every Man Has a Woman Who Loves Him, which is John singing it, which was one of the last songs he recorded, wasn't it, I think. Then you've got a version of Starting Over. Then you've got I Promise, and then you've got C Ditty leaning on leaning on a lamppost, which I think is just John messing about in his own home studio. And then you've got Grow Old With Me, 3 minutes and 20 seconds. So that is the track listing. So that is side 1 is a cartoon of John and Yoko. And then side 2 is just that feather again. Bear with 1 sec, folks. But they are, you know, they are what they are. You know, some of it is hi-fi, and some of it's lo-fi. Some of it is live recordings. Some of it is home demos. Some of it is studio recordings. Some of it is John just messing about, composing demos and things like that. They are very interesting to listen to. So now we're going to have volume 3, which has got a nice photo of John from like early 1967. Not quite Sergeant Pepper, but in some sort of like military sort of dress there, isn't he? This is from 1980, so I think these came out in the 1980s, or started coming out in the 1980s. So again, you get 19 songs on this one. Right, so you've got side 1 kicks off with Strawberry Fields Forever. I think that is John with an acoustic guitar, if I remember rightly. That goes on for 2 minutes 41 seconds. Then you've got What's the New Mary Jane, which is all supposedly going to be the next Beatles single from 1968 onwards, but it was never officially released, was it? Till the Anthology Project. That's 2 minutes 35. Then you've got a lovely rendition of Julia. That's 3 minutes 40 seconds. Then you've got Across the Universe, which is an early take from February 1968, if I remember rightly. That's 3 minutes 45 seconds. Then you've got You Know My Name, Look Up the Number, which is basically a very, very early rendition of it, which goes on for a minute. Then you've got Help, which is John on the piano, if I remember rightly. That's 0.42 seconds. Then you've got Whatever Gets You Through the Night, which is a alternative take. Then you've got We Must Not Forget the General Election. I think that's him reading from one of his books. I think it's from A Spaniard in the Works, if I remember rightly. That's 34 seconds. Whatever Gets You Through the Night is 5 minutes 27 seconds. And then it's the Wumberlog or the Magic Dog. Again, I think that's like one of his little poems from Spaniard in the Works or in his own right. That is 34 seconds. Side 2, Dear John, 4 minutes 14 seconds. Whatever Happened To, again, that was one of the albums, one of the songs he started working on in Bermuda in 1979, I think, wasn't it? That's 4 minutes 55 seconds. Cooking in the Kitchen of Love, again, another song that he wrote for Ringo. This is basically just like a run through. That's 2 minutes 28 seconds. Then you've got a very, very brief rendition of Peggy Sue. Watching the Wheels Go Round, take 1, which is John composing it or just going through a few of the lines. Then you've got an early take, which is take 2, which is 1 minute 46 seconds. Then you've got I'm Losing You, again, a very, very early take, very, very short take that only lasts for 45 seconds. Beautiful Boy, 1 minute 40 seconds. Clean Up Time, which I think is an alternative take, if I remember rightly, which is 2 minutes 23 seconds. And then you've got One to One Radio Spot Art Take, and that is 1 minute 27 seconds. This is Bag Records again, and it's 5075. This time you get 2 different drawings on the labels. So that's side 1, John and a cloud. And then you've got side 2, which is a little old, well, an old man and an old lady by the looks of it. I'm going as fast as I can, so I will try and make it as quick as I can, I think. Yeah. Okay, we're on to volume 4 now, which is another picture of John from How I Won the War. Again, this is a mixture of Beatles tracks and solo tracks. So you've got side 1, which is 23 minutes and 38 seconds. Again, you've got a version of Revolution, which goes on for 3 minutes 22 seconds. Then you've got a version of Power to the People. Brilliant song. I must admit I do like that one. That's 2 minutes 47 seconds. Then you've got Attica State, 3 minutes 22. I think this is a live version that he did on a TV show in America, Luck of the Irish. That's 3 minutes 27 seconds. Then you've got John Sinclair, which is 3 minutes 31. So you've got 3 minutes 31. So you've got quite a few songs here from off sometime in New York City. Then you've got I'm a Man, which goes on for 1 minute 45 seconds. I can't remember what that one is, to be honest. 'Twas the Night Like Ethel Merman or something is the next one. 1 minute 5 seconds. Then you've got a medley of Beyond the Sea and Blue Moon, and then Young Love. That goes on for 4 minutes and 8 seconds. Side 2, you've got another version of Clean Up Time. Then you've got a version of Good Morning, which is John doing a very, very rough run through in its home demo. Then you've got Everybody's Got Something to Hide from Me Except for My Monkey, 2 minutes 55. Everyone had a hard year. Everybody had a hard year. Everybody had a good time, which is a very, very acoustic version with just John on an acoustic guitar. Then you've got Brown Eyed Handsome Man, which is obviously a cover of a Buddy Holly song, isn't it? Then you've got Save Yourself. Lord, Take This Makeup Off Me, 2 minutes 20. Then you've got The News of the Day from Rutters, 4 minutes 25. Yeah, I think actually it says 1988, not 1980. I'll share the labels because some of these labels are really interesting. So that is side 1. Because I think these are all based on drawings that John did. And that is side 2. Again, the quality of the recordings on all of these records is very, very mixed. As in, some of them sound absolutely fantastic, and others of them, you can tell they're like home demos. Now we've got, this is volume 5, and this is a nice picture of John and Yoko from the Imagine film, I think, because they did do a promotional film, didn't they, for the Imagine album in 1971. Again, it is on Bag Records, 1988 bag. So yeah, these are from 1988. Side 1, you've got a version of Dear Prudence, which is a more of a slightly faster version than the one that ended up on the White Album, I think. That's 4 minutes 42 seconds. Then you've got an earlier version of Jealous Guy, 4 minutes and 6 seconds. Then you've got another version of God Save Oz, 1 minute 55 seconds. Rock and Roll People, 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Now, the proper version of Rock and Roll People was originally going to be the opening track for the Rock and Roll album, and it's a shame that John didn't actually do that, because it is a very, very strong song. Then you've got Rock Island Line, which is a complete recording this time, 2 minutes 48. And then you've got Real Life, 4 minutes 45. So that's side 1, which is 20 minutes 42 seconds. Then you've got side 2, you've got My Life Take One, which is basically a rough, really rough home demo, 55 seconds. Then you've got My Life Take Three, which is 2 minutes 38 seconds. Then you've got Don't Be Cruel, 1 minute 38 seconds. The Worst Is Over, 3 minutes 29 seconds. In the Studio, 2 minutes 30 seconds. Starting Over vocal booth. So that's basically the music is really in the background. You can hardly hear it, but you can hear John's vocals brilliant. That's 4 minutes 23 seconds. And then you've got Starting Over, which is an alternative version, which is 4 minutes 28 seconds. On there it does say Dear Prudence is the 1968 demo. Jealous Guy is a studio outtake from the Imagine sessions. God Save Oz is the original acoustic demo. Rock and Roll People is also an original acoustic demo. Rock Island Line is an electric guitar version recorded at the Dakota. Real Life is a piano demo recorded at the Dakota. Side 2 chronicles the evolution of the double fancy track Starting Over. So Starting Over was originally going to be called In My Life. Right, get that now. Beginning with the Dakota demos of the unreleased song In My Life, Don't Be Crazy. Sorry, it's Don't Be Crazy, don't be cool, it's Don't Be Crazy. And The Worst Is Over. Next, John runs the studio band through the song. A rough take of the song is presented here as it would have been heard from inside John's vocal booth. The side concludes with an early outtake of the number with a rough vocal. If you can read all that at the bottom there. Oh, we haven't looked at the labels on this one, have we? So that is side one, and these are all virtually mint, by the way. Like I say, I've had them for a few years, and I think I've only ever played them a handful of times. Basically, because if I scratch one, I don't know where I'd ever get another one from. And that is side 2, so you've got basically the same sort of label on both sides for that one, haven't you? Like I say, some of them do give you a lot of information, other ones don't say hardly anything on them, do they? So this is the last one I've got, which is volume 6. But like I said, some of these, I'm sure this went up into the late 20s, early 30s. So this is a photo of John, which was also used as the back of the John Lennon collection, wasn't it? Again, it's on Bag Records, right? So it says in here, it says, you've got Maggie May, which is a John at Dakota, I think, 23 seconds. You've got Honey Don't, 1 minute 35 seconds. Then you've got Don't Be Cruel, 1 minute 29 seconds. Matchbox, 1 minute 53 seconds. Dear Prudence, 3 minutes 55 seconds. Cold Turkey, 3 minutes 36 seconds. Here we go again, take 2, 3 minutes. Woman, 3 minutes 29, and then the Neville Club, 0.42 seconds. Side 2, you've got Rock and Roll People, 6 minutes. Not Fade Away, 56 seconds. Sweet Little 16, 4 minutes 18 seconds. You Can't Catch Me, 3 minutes 26 seconds. Mirror Mirror Take 1, 2 minutes 38 seconds. And Mirror Mirror Take 5, 2 minutes 39 seconds. Now I'm going to try and read this bit. It's very small. About the recordings, Maggie May was recorded at the Hit Factory 1980. Honey Don't, Matchbox and Don't Be Cruel, which features John's Elvis impressions, were recorded during the making of the Plastic Ono Band LP. Personnel included John Lennon on vocals and guitar, Ringo Starr on drums, Klaus Voormann bass, Yoko Ono wind. Dear Prudence is a never before available mix of the Beatles track. Cold Turkey is the original demo. Alright, song. Here We Go Again, Woman, and the unreleased song Mirror Mirror are also demos. John reads his story, Neville Club, from his book in his own right. most of side 2. Most of side 2 presents some unreleased tracks from John's working relationship with Phil Spector, including alternative versions of Rock and Roll People, Sweet Little 16 and You Can't Catch Me, as well as an out of control jam of Not Fade Away with the Elephant's Memories Band. So that is that. This is volume 6, which is the last one that I've actually got of these. If you ever get a chance to get any of these, I would advise you to, you know, try and get them, because you will be amazed, and it's nice to have some of these to compare to the versions that are on the official albums. That is side 1. I love the drawings on these labels. Then that is side 2. I did once, and I mean once, years and years ago, see all these in a box set. So it was the whole collection, but I think they've even done some since that came out, and I think that was going up. I think that was something like 450 quid, and I must be going back to the early 90s when I saw that. So if you ever get offered the complete set of these, I would recommend you that, if you can afford it, to get them. So I hope that's been okay for you. I can take my silly granddad glasses off now. Excuse me. So that's been a little bit of information for you. Some of these tracks you can actually get on YouTube and on Spotify and other streaming devices. Like I say, it is nice to have these and compare with the proper official studio versions of the songs. I mean, there's some songs now that was never really had an official release, aren't they? Thank you to everybody that is liking my videos. If you've made it to the end of this one again, well done. I don't know how many of you have actually watched it all the way through. If you want to leave me comments, please do. If you've liked this video, just do me a favour and leave me a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, by the way, just please, just subscribe, because it doesn't cost you a penny. And anything that you can get for free nowadays is a bargain. Even if it is an old geezer like me just talking about his record collection and stuff. Because the more subscribers I get, the bigger I can make the channel, and the more things I can then do. So like I say, thank you to everybody that is subscribed. Thank you to everybody that is watching my videos. And thank you to everybody that's leaving comments and leaving me thumbs up. If you are new to this channel, you are just as welcome as the people that are subscribed, and the subscribers are just as welcome as the new people that are coming. Everybody, and I mean everybody, is welcome in my channel. We do have a laugh and a joke sometimes. Sometimes I do try and be dead serious, and I will speak all proper, but I usually end up cocking it up. So, you know, what you see is what you get, basically. It's basically just a old man, because I'm old now. Well, I'm old compared to some people, I mean compared to other people, so it's all relative, but it's just a person who's been record collecting for over 40 years, who was also a Beatles fanatic. So 99% of the time what we talk about is the Beatles or John Lennon, or, you know, a member of the Beatles. But we do videos on other people as well. We've done David Bowie, Adam and the Ants, Small Faces and things like that. So there is quite a few videos now, so, you know, just check out some of them. You know, if you think, oh, I don't want to see a video about John Lennon outtakes, that's fine, you know, but just check out some of my other videos as well. So until the next time, it's Beatle Dave wishing you all peace, love and happiness, and whatever you're doing out there, please, please, please stay safe. And I'm just going to give a shout out to 2 people. One is Beatley Tones Beatles channel. Check him out. He's just done a really, really good video on an archive collection of Wings at the Speed of Sound. And the other one is Beatle Brad, who has just done a really, really interesting video on George Harrison's Extra Texture album. So check them out. But there's loads of other Beatles channels out there. So like I say, until the next time, it's Beatle Dave wishing you all peace, love and happiness, and stay safe. And I'll see you very, very soon. But until then, it's Ta-da for now, my ducks.